Here we are then, back with some more F1 2021, and this is part 2 of Season 4 of our Immersive Driver Career Mode with Mercedes. Last time out, we had a bit of an exciting race. We had to come from behind after making a mistake on the first lap, losing a bit of our front wing, but we had some good racing, and we actually came out with a point from it all at the end of the weekend, which I was quite happy about. Lewis Hamilton only finishing in 4th. We've got by far the fastest car, but we didn't take advantage of that in Bahrain. But this weekend at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix in Imola, we have got a chance. We've been pretty good in practice so far, but of course this track is incredibly tough. So it is all going to be about whether we can hook up that lap in qualifying. So let's see how we get on. It's going to be an absolute cracker of a qualifying session. Well, for once in our life, I think we're going to be very comfortable in Q1. A 1:12.7. That is the quickest lap so far, and you know, it wasn't the cleanest lap, but we managed to make it through unscathed, and there's definitely more time in the lap, which is good for Q2 and Q3. But Giovinazzi goes second at the moment. Of course, the Alpine cars were awesome remaining in Bahrain. Fernando Alonso winning that. Lewis Hamilton has just gone quickest. Although I think somebody else has just done that now. But we're currently 4th. I think that should be more than enough. It was around here that I felt that there was a bit more time in the car potentially. But no, I'm absolutely loving Imola. I love it as a track. I've walked around it in real life. And, you know, it's a challenging circuit, and qualifying is going to be really important because overtaking is not going to be easy around here. It is going to be a first lap race, you feel.
Right, come in at the end of this
lap.
lap.
Here we come into the pit lane then, and goodness me, we nearly went into the wall there. I hate to see how close that was. Let's just have a little look at it. Let's see how close we actually got to the wall here. Not going to see from that image. Which one? Yeah, this one's good. Oh my goodness, look how close it was there. Wow, 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 wow. Ho, ho, ho. That was nearly the end of our qualifying there. We just turned in at the last minute. If you watch this, watch our steering input. That little turn there is what stopped us from going into the wall. Let's watch it real time. We came flying around the final corner, breaking down, and we were like, whoa, nearly. But yeah, that would have been a bit of a disaster. Well, look at that for a top 10. All covered by just under half a second. Max Verstappen and Valtteri Bottas leading the way for Red Bull. Lando Norris nipping in ahead of Lewis Hamilton, but we are down in 7th after Q1. There's more time in the car, and obviously as the track evolves, we'll just get faster. Well, here we come up to the line. It's not going to be a great time. No, a 1:13.8. We were held up by Valtteri Bottas at the start of the lap, unfortunately, as he was coming out the pit lane. And that all means that now we're on a uphill battle to get into Q3. And we're going to have to do it on a second lap set of tyres, although we've gone a little wide there, and that's going to delete our time. But that was a rapid first sector. We're going to get out of the way of Bottas. But, I mean, it's enough for 10th at the moment. It certainly won't be once everything's sorted out, though. So it just puts a little bit of undue pressure on us. And we really didn't need that going into...
There's only 1 lap of fuel remaining.
The second half of the session. I mean, of course we can do our banker lap in Q3 on the Q1 tyres, but
come into the pits at the end of this lap.
It's kind of not the point. I mean, it was very disappointing. Bottas was coming out of the pits. We were just starting our lap, and he didn't get out of the way, and that meant that we were, straight away under pressure. So Pierre Gasly goes quickest at the moment. We're currently in 13th, and we need a big lap to get through to Q3. Here we go then, on our big lap to try and qualify for Q3. We know we don't have to take the wheels off the car, but we still need to drive fast. Not bad braking into the first couple of corners. A little bit of oversteer through there, but still 3/10 up through that first sector, but we're just struggling a little bit through that corner. The heart is pumping here. I'm feeling the pressure. I do not want to be out in Q2 here, but we know one mistake and that could be the case. Big corner coming up. Not good. Not good. No, only 3/10 up. I don't think this is going to be enough, you know. Just tentative on this final lap, but we come up to the line. Oh, wow. We've had an excellent exit off the final corner. We come up to the line, and it is P10. We sneak in right at the death there. Well, we pulled it back in that Sector 3. But that was much closer than it needed to be. A 1:12.8. Lewis Hamilton went quickest right at the end there. But wow, we're 10th of a second. Separated ourselves in the drop zone. Much less comfortable than Q1, but hopefully that is us back in the game now. Both Aston Martins, Christian Lundgaard, Yuki Tsunoda and George Russell go out in Q2. Oh, that was intense, but I absolutely loved it. Well, we're here in Q3. We're on our banker set of tyres. And our first run at pole position comes now. Here we go, DRS open. And we're on this massive long straight. And there you go, Red Bull coming out again. That's what happened in Q1, except in Q2, sorry, but they were a bit further down the pit lane. Decent first sector this, if we can finish it off. A little bit wide and had to back out of it so that we didn't get the lap time deleted. Still 2/10 quicker than Gio in that first sector though. Not too bad, but we know there's a little bit more time on the table through there. A little bit wide. That's not bad. It's not the best. Certainly not bad though. Big lock up, and there you go. Lap time deleted, so we're going to have to go around again. Just got all out of shape there, unfortunately. But it should be okay to go for a second run. Yeah, just about got enough fuel. So here we go, that was a 1:13.7 in the end. Let's try this first sector again. It's not bad. It's 2/10 slower than we came through here last time, but yeah, much tighter line through there, and you can see how much time we gained, but a little bit wide. I think these tyres are just giving up ever so slightly. We need to get this banker lap in though, so make sure we just keep it in the confines of the track. We've got somebody right behind us here. It's one of the Red Bulls who will be on their flying lap because they came out of the pits
The tank is empty.
last lap, but if we hold them up, I'm not too bothered. This is an absolutely terrible banker lap, but it's a banker lap nonetheless, and we come up to the line, and that's a 1:14. Goodness me. Get out of the way of Max Verstappen, but only 6th for him. But wow, that was pointless, really. Although it told us where we can find time, I guess. But that was a horrible couple of laps there. Well, here we come up to the line. It's going to be about 1.3 seconds quicker. But it's only P9 again. Goodness me. Wow, that lap felt a lot better than that, but I don't even think it's as quick as our Q1 time in the end, unfortunately.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race.
Well, it matches our Q2 time, actually.
Those who will be fronting the grid.
But look how close it is, that's what it is.
Fernando Alonso. Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
But again, just a couple of tenths off where we need to be, really. You know, if we gain 2.5 tenths there, you're looking at being at least P7, I suppose. You know, we need to be on par with Hamilton, really, to have a chance, because the Alpines are quick, the Ferraris are quick, so are Red Bull. So you're not going to get any leeway with this F1 season, and starting in 9th, again, is not going to be easy. We're going to need a good start tomorrow. At least we held up Max Verstappen. That meant that he's starting much further down. But Valtteri Bottas will be on pole.
Hello there and welcome back to Imola, home circuit of the Scuderia Ferrari. We expect to see a lot of local supporters in red today. They've all turned out for what we have every expectation of being a sensational event here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. 3.1 miles of track here at Imola, featuring 19 turns, 9 to the right and 10 to the left. Remember that Imola differs from most other Formula One circuits as it's driven anti-clockwise. Let's hope no one forgets that today. The exit from turn 18 will probably be the setup for many of today's overtakes, leading as it does into the longest straight of the circuit and its only DRS zone. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are 3 main things to worry about there, Crofty: positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Valtteri Bottas lines up on pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Fernando Alonso, Leclerc, Pierre Gasly and Perez, Verstappen, the captain, Giovinazzi and Yuki Tsunoda, Lundgaard, Vettel, Lance Stroll and Russell. Norris, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. Latifi, Esteban Ocon and Guan Yu Zhou, Mick Schumacher and Nikita Mazepin. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Now the we've got some points on the board. Let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Okay, so here we are then, down on the track. It's going to be a soft, then medium tyre run. I think the extra grip around here will definitely help. We'll take a little bit of fuel out to try and help us in these early stages. So here we go, ready for the formation lap. And we want to get these tyres nice and warm.
Everything looks good on the power unit cycle, so let's concentrate on bringing tyres and brakes up to temperature.
We need to try and get a good start. It is going to be intense down into turn 1. I think we have to accept that we have to be patient today. Let's try and not spin around. That would be rather embarrassing to do that again. I mean, it's become quite a consistent thing throughout this career mode, but
no rain expected for the time being.
Just look after these tyres, bring them in, bring them up to temperature. At the end of the lap, we need to back off a little bit, let Verstappen's tyres grow also cold. So we don't want to be going that wide too often today. It has been a wonderful weekend, and I mean, I'm just gutted that I couldn't quite hook up the perfect lap in quali, because I do feel like we had the potential to be on pole. I think we had that good sort of pace. We're gonna slow it right down now. And Max, just go to the grid. Get these tyres nice and hot. Let Max run away, and here we go. We now line up on the grid. Get these tyres nice and hot, and you can see the top 7 all waiting there. I'm not entirely sure what happened to someone in front of us, so I don't even know who it was. Maybe one of the McLarens, maybe Norris. That dropped down, not entirely sure why that was.
Keep it on.
Anyway, here we go. Lights out, away we go here in Imola. It's not a bad start off the line, but Giovinazzi gets a better one, and there's Tsunoda as well. What a start for those guys, and we head towards turn 1. I think we have to just be patient, try and stay out of trouble as it gets tighter through the second phase, and somebody's lost a bit of their front wing. We've got a chance on Tsunoda now, down the inside, and just give him the room that he needs as we hold the inside line. And now we've got a chance at Max Verstappen down the inside. Now we leave a little bit of room. He's got a better exit, but we've got the speed. And now, do we be patient? I think we do, but Tsunoda definitely isn't patient. And look at that, Vettel manages to make it round as well. And that's a disaster. We lose 2 spaces in the space of 1 corner there. And now we just really need to be patient as we have a little look at Vettel again. Opening lap drama with Sebastian Vettel for the 2nd Grand Prix in a row, but we managed to make it past him there. Well, who is that? I think it's the Ferrari, or is it Gasly that's lost a bit of his front wing? It must be Gasly. And now Verstappen having a little look at Perez. Tsunoda's there as well. They're going to go 3 wide here. This has got to end in disaster for one of them. Verstappen runs a little wide. We get involved now. Oh, we won the gravel for a split second there. And we swing round the outside of Yuki Tsunoda and manage to make it ahead of him. Back up to 8th place. A little bit nervy, a little bit patient, but I think we needed to be there. Valtteri Bottas leading the way. It looks like Fernando Alonso is in 2nd with Hamilton in 3rd. We need to now settle down into the race. We have got the pace to overtake these guys in front of us, so we've just got to try and bide our time, wait for our moment.
Some information on
Oh,
Latifi.
well, we
They are
have
out
a
of the
safety
race.
car.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option. Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
I'm not sure what
Copy.
happened to Nicholas Latifi. I think we want to come into the pits probably this lap, to be honest with you.
Confirmed. We'll receive
Sure.
you at the end of this lap.
Other people will come in. Yeah, Nicholas Latifi is out of the running. We're just getting into our stride there. We're starting to hit the rhythm. Who's coming in?
Lewis is
Everybody.
in the pits.
Well, other people have stayed out. Those in the pits. Well, what? Has Lewis changed his front wing?
Complete. Go now.
We're away. And it's going to be interesting because I'm not sure where we're going to come out. Well, we've come out behind an Alfa Romeo, so it really hasn't worked out, actually, that pit stop. I think mainly because Lewis was changing his front wing by the look of it, so I think that's what messed us up. But all of a sudden, we are now
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into
17th
those
in the
tyres.
running. And I think everybody has pretty much been into the pits, so we've been a little unlucky there. But I mean, Jeff did suggest the lap after, but I think we'd ended up in the same place. I mean, that's a bit of a disaster, getting these tyres dirty already. But, I mean, yeah, you see everybody has caught up to the safety car queue, so we'd have ended up being right at the back of the field. How do we not come in? So,
Line. Stay in position until the green flags.
well, safety car, it's in this lap, and it's currently an AlphaTauri that is leading the race. I believe it's Yuki Tsunoda, and then Sebastian Vettel, and maybe Charles Leclerc is actually the man that is leading the race. I can't quite tell from here. Or maybe one of the McLarens, but here we go once again. We're underway here in Imola.
We're
And
trailing
how are
our
we gonna
teammate
get on?
by 2.0 seconds.
That's a big question. I don't think we want to be
The car behind is
risking
dropping back
everything
by about
here.
3/10 a lap.
Got a chance on Ocon straight away. A little look down the inside on Gasly as well. And that'll help
Okay,
because
good work.
Gasly
Great
probably
pass.
would have been somebody that we'd struggle to overtake. Did have a little look there. We've just got to be careful through this section. This could be an opportunity on George Russell. We are closing right in on him. We're just going to let him get through the first corner and then hopefully get him down here. That's the plan anyway, but it's not worked out. That's another corner. We're trapped behind him, but we go down the inside, and now we are right behind Sergio Perez.
Okay, clear.
Well, this
Okay,
is
the
going to be a
stewards have
great
now
chance on
enabled
Sergio
DRS.
Perez now.
DRS is now online.
We go to the outside. Leave him the space, but we are through. So we're now through on the Ferrari. Just behind Christian Lundgaard. There's a bit of argy-bargy going on up ahead. And it involves our teammate Lewis Hamilton fighting for 6th place with Mazepin by the looks of it. Well, we got a great chance on Christian Lundgaard here. He does squeeze us onto the grass a little bit, but we should be okay.
safety
Well,
car
safety
is
car out.
We need you to reduce...
What has happened to Lundgaard? Did he... I mean, there was a little bit of contact on the way through. He did squeeze us. Let's just have a little look. So... Well, yeah. Oh, he lost his front wing in that contact, and... I mean, I think that was his fault. He squeezed us, and we had to come back onto the racing line somehow. So there's a safety car now to bring everybody back together.
Okay, slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
So the second safety car of the afternoon. And it's all going to be about whether we can stay nice and close to these guys. I mean, that's Antonio Giovinazzi. I don't know if anybody will come into the pits, but I think Fernando Alonso is leading the race again. So it's Fernando Alonso from Bottas, from Leclerc from Verstappen, and Verstappen is somebody we were battling on lap 1, so it feels like we could and possibly should be in that battle, but just because of the way the first safety car worked out, we didn't manage to get through it. But we are now away, off to catch the safety car queue. I feel like we are going to be able to get past at least Stroll, maybe even Gio as well, by the end of this Grand Prix. Maybe finish on the road behind our teammate Lewis Hamilton. And this little safety car has just brought us back into the game a little bit in terms of the race victory. Obviously Fernando Alonso leading the way. He's going to be absolute favourite, but bringing us back within sort of 2 seconds of the lead might give us a chance. But it's been an exciting Grand Prix so far. Lots of good wheel-to-wheel racing. And it's a shame Lundgaard, he just squeezed us out a little bit, and I think we had to come off the grass, and he got his wing trapped in between our tyre and bodywork, and we are very lucky that we didn't get any damage from that. It's just the way it goes, I suppose. Are we going to have the safety car in here? I don't think so. I think we are going to go an extra lap. So this is going to help with the tyre wear issues. It looks like Lando Norris has come in and changed his tyres. I wonder if he's gone on to the softs. But I'll see you guys when we come to lights out once again. Well, safety car in this lap, and Lando's going to take us pretty much up to the line, you feel. We've got overtake on ready. And we are
Green flag.
underway. There was a little bit of contact on the way through, but I think we're okay. Should be able to make a move down the inside here. Well, took it nice and easy through there. That could have been awful, but we are through. Fernando Alonso leading the way. Can we catch up to Gio and Lewis? It's going to be the big question in the remainder of this race. I think we should be able to stay with them, but we're all quite evenly matched. That's the issue.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Well, we come on to the final lap of this Grand Prix, and I think Giovinazzi is too far ahead of us. We've got DRS, but it's not really going to do anything at this point, unfortunately. So I think we just have to be careful.
We have 2 laps
Bring
of
the
fuel
car
remaining.
home. I mean, that was a real disappointment there. That first sector has ruined it, really. If we'd kept Gio under pressure, he might have made a mistake, but Yes, this top 7 is just too evenly matched today. And, well, we've had the worst final lap of everybody, so we're the one that loses out. I mean, we started this lap less than a second behind Gio, and now we're nearly 2.5 seconds behind. But it's going to be Fernando Alonso that wins his second Grand Prix in a row. Bottas is going to finish in second place. Leclerc is going to finish third. Verstappen fourth. Hamilton fifth. Giovinazzi sixth, and we finish in 7th place. Not an ideal weekend for Mercedes. We had the pace there, and we only get 5th and 7th. Not a good start of the season.
And that's it then for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And what a sensational victory they've managed to pull off here. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
Well, I honestly feel it was down to the driver and car today. I mean, we can talk driver skill all day, but if you don't have a solid team to back that, you're never going to get anywhere. When you hit that sweet spot of having both an excellent driver and an incredible car, that's when you see results like those we witnessed today.
Here come today's winning drivers, and what a race it was. This is a team that knows success very well in F1, and they're just itching for even more. Congratulations to the Alpine team for their excellent win. So let's review the updated driver standings. It's a great result for Fernando Alonso, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
Difficult call, but I'd like to say Esteban Ocon. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of his tyres, and he showed that today.
Let's move on to the constructors. Alpine's lead continues to grow at the head of the table. There was also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
Well, I mean, it's a tough one, isn't it? You know, our pace is pretty good, but we're just not quite there at the moment. And I think it's a combination of being rusty in the races and just lacking that extra couple of tenths of being absolutely at one with the car. But, you know, it was an improvement on the last Grand Prix. It's going to be a long way back into the championship. Fernando Alonso already pulling out a decent-sized lead, nearly a race victory already ahead of Valtteri Bottas, who's had a decent time of it, hasn't he? A 3rd place and a 2nd place. He's started his Red Bull career out well. Lewis Hamilton there in 3rd on 22 points, and Max Verstappen joining him. We're 7 points on at the moment in 9th place, but I'm sure we will improve as we go forward. We've got Portugal next, and that is certainly a circuit I enjoy. If you've enjoyed that, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for plenty more F1 content, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.